can, or you could just jump in on this. Like I said, you could maybe like I'll be bad at checking the chat, but I'm gonna drop
Hey,
the
I'll,
link
I'll
real.
do it. I'll do it. I'll do that. I'll be who's the shorty that be in the middle. You know what I'm saying? All the debate shows.
And the moderator.
Yeah, the moderator. So y'all just.
Said this is not a debate. Like I said, this is just gonna be like a stomping of Ben
Oh,
Simmons.
there's no
like,
debating.
A
We
baptism by
agree
fire.
100% here. There's nothing to debate about.
Yeah, let's say the debate show was earlier. I don't think there's gonna be too much differing opinions. So
we got stuff to debate about, like that Batman slander you tried to get off last night. But don't worry, we're gonna get there.
Me?
Hey, it depends on how much
him,
time
CJ.
you got. Like, hey, man,
Like-
are we recording the comic show after this? I mean, you can stick around if you want. Like,
we can do it.
I had to step off, so I don't know where y'all put Arrow, but ooh.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I feel like
I had disagreements about that.
I feel like the blasphemy was coming. I was waiting for it. I was like, I know they're gonna say something flagrant. I know they are.
No, the blasphemy definitely came, but it wasn't for me, nigga. I'm with you actually. I think Arrow is better than what people made it out to be.
It's the best one out of all the CW shows. Arrow is the best.
Yeah, it probably is.
I ain't saying it's a perfect show. It's not an A, but it gets a higher grade than all the others. Black Lightning should have been in the trash. I don't know where y'all put it.
They put it higher. I was willing to trash it. Me myself, I was willing to trash.
I'm willing to trash it too. Like for real. Like I would not have been like arguments if that John ended up in the dumpster. Like I was cool with the D too. Like I think it's got some redeeming quality. Like Trash Can is just like I would never watch. Like I felt like all my time watching it was wasted.
Tobias Harris is the only redeeming quality about that show.
Tobias Harris, yeah, he was good. Like it was like sprinkles of potential in an awful show. That's what it was like. All right, we're gonna get to the comics.
Let me digress.
We're gonna get to the comics. Let's rest in peace to Ben Simmons trade value first. Let's do this.
Oh shit. Let me go to the lab, baby.
Yep, we on, we live. What it do? This is like a special emergency episode of FIYAFadeaway. We had to. This is what we're just gonna call the Ben Simmons special. The Ben Simmons bonfire. Rest in peace to his trade value. We have to talk about this.
His trade value funeral service.
Absolutely. So I got my normal co-host Hook in this joint. We are in this joint. Fire Squad all day. We've had plenty of requests for this, and I got my homeboy Vic is in the house. This is like my bro growing up. I don't have nobody on the show that I don't respect their basketball knowledge. So just put it like that.
Oh, thank you.
I ain't, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna have any just whack ass takes on here. So let's just get into it, man. Let's get into what's going on with Ben Simmons. What's happening? We saw the collapse. We saw the 34% free throw shooting in the playoffs, worst of all time. We saw him pass up a wide open dunk. He had spun off of Danilo Gallinari, not known as a defensive stopper in himself. Spins off of him. Trae Young is under the basket. He dishes a wide open dunk to Thibault, who makes one of two free throws. And
quick question: why do you think he did that? Like mentally, what was going on in his brain? What was the decision? Why did he make that decision?
He's scared to go to the free throw line.
He saw homeboy coming. He saw homeboys. He saw
Trae Young
gather up to foul him, and he got rid of it.
Yeah, he knows that he's unplayable at the end of games, and now it's in his head. Like I keep going back to this, like the last 2 or 3 episodes of FIYAFadeaway, but when Doc Rivers had that gigantic, huge polar ice cap of talking about if you take Ben Simmons out the end of games, you don't know basketball, only to have to take him out of every other fourth quarter for the rest of the series because apparently Doc Rivers doesn't know basketball that well anymore. Or he's just full of shit, which is obviously why that. Is
exactly the clearer answer there.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to coddle this man's feelings and protect his confidence, but like you can't gaslight us. Like us as basketball fans don't have eyes. Like we have eyes. We can see that this man is useless at the end of games. You cannot call someone a superstar. I don't care how godly great like he is on the defensive end, because he is fantastic on the defensive end. Maybe top 3 defender. I think he is. But that doesn't excuse you not being able to hit a free throw or anything outside of the paint. Like not an elbow jumper, not a wide open anything. to be scared to shoot. I don't care your defensive ability. I don't care how good defensively you are. That doesn't make you worth $170 million.
Absolutely not.
Now, speaking on $170 million, I found his contract, a 5-year, $177 million contract, and an annual average salary of $35 million, and will earn a base salary of $30 million. It's a bird, and yeah, he just signed it. $35 million a year, bro, and can't shoot free throws.
That is disastrous. Go ahead.
Somebody got to eat that. Who do y'all think? Who do y'all think is gonna eat that? Eat that contract. Somebody thirsty. It's gonna be somebody thirsty.
This gonna hurt. This gonna hurt y'all so much, especially you. The Wizards. The Wizards are the only ones dumb enough to eat it. They're the only ones dumb enough to eat that.
They would be going nowhere though, because they already have a smaller version of that.
I can see a word they hand Westbrook over for Ben Simmons. Find some other small pieces to make the money work. Because Westbrook's contract is abysmal. No one of substance wants that. So
I think it's not as bad. Westbrook didn't play as terrible this year throughout. You know what I'm saying? Like Westbrook.
No, Westbrook
and I think he's only got 2 years left on his.
No, you get rid of Westbrook out of just because Ben Simmons has youth. And there's a chance
if you're doing a rebuild, I can understand how that makes sense. So maybe this should segue into another segment that I was going to do, which is possible trade destinations. So I guess you'll open up with Washington. You think that would be a possible fit?
I would throw a wrinkle in there.
I don't call it a fit. I just say they're dumb enough to try to make it work.
Okay, so it's just Wizards.
A fit is complete. A fit. If I had to go somewhere for him to fit.
I mean, he's
he needs a team. He needs a team with shooters already.
Yeah, it needs to be
other people
around
who
him.
can shoot free throws and score because he's a liability on both ends.
Fuck. This is about to. Honestly,
I say Portland.
Hurt my heart to say this. It's gonna hurt my heart.
That's the Dame deal. To me, that's the Dame deal.
Yeah. It would never work because
you gotta give up Tobias Harris.
The destination I'm thinking of would never work because the two brains won't mix. But Miami, he's not going to mix with Jimmy. Jimmy Butler doesn't respect him, but he could
run him out of town.
If he could come in with a confident mind space and ready to work, he could work in Miami. He could work. They need his defense.
Their defensive identity. I think that would definitely fit. But I actually like what Hook said. I actually like the Portland deal better, but I don't think for swapping him for Dame is even. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's a non-starter. I think that him for CJ is a more reasonable deal. Him for CJ McCollum, and CJ some pieces in that.
CJ and Joel, I don't dislike it.
That's a better pick and roll partner than freaking Ben Simmons. And that's what he needs. Embiid needs a pick and roll partner who can really run it. And I think Maxey could be that eventually, but they didn't put enough hope in Maxey because he saved their asses in a few games when Ben Simmons was just standing around getting exercise in the fourth quarter. But
see, it's hard, but it goes back to, and I hate to bring up, it goes when you that type of player that Ben Simmons is, where you're completely useless unless you have the ball in your hands. You stifle other players' growth because they need the ball to grow. They need the ball to work on in-game situations. And if there's never a situation where you can't have the ball in your hands and be effective, how is everyone else supposed to go?
Yeah, I mean that's therein lies the problem with Ben Simmons, because if you get Ben Simmons, the only time he's looked like what he's supposed to look like, what we thought he looked like coming out of college was when Embiid doesn't play. When Embiid doesn't play, that's when you see the 40, 10, and 10 Ben Simmons, and you're like, wait a minute,
because
that's how he got that contract. So he showed flashes that he could be that guy, but he can't play with Embiid. He, as you said, basically, I think the only way that Ben Simmons can function anywhere is if he is playing point center. Not point guard. He is not a point guard. He needs to be the center who brings the ball up, Jokic style, and does it like that, even though Jokic can actually shoot. But
where now we going into exactly the comparison that I've always said. Who is he the 2021 of?
Let me give you the stats. Let me give you the stats of him versus ATL. Okay, this looks like game 1, 37 minutes, 17 points, 4 boards, 10 assists. Game 2, 35 minutes, 4 points,
Jesus.
3 boards, 7 assists.
Yeah, this is when the confidence is starting to fall apart at this point.
It's
Game
already gone.
3,
It's gone.
Yeah.
No, but game 3, 18 points, 4 boards, 7 assists.
How are you not getting any rebounds?
11, the next game, 36 minutes, 11 points, 12 and 9. Next game, 8, 4, 9. Next game, 6, 9, 5. Last game, 5, 8, and 13. And they're all over at least 30 minutes, except for game 6.
And that's sad because, like I said, he's had to come out of the end of games, like, because he just can't shoot free throws. Like, it's the most effective strategy I think I've ever seen of like a hack a Shaq, where it's just like this dude is more likely to make 0 free throws than 1. That's crazy. Like, he's even 1 of 2 is like shocking. Like,
and you're not a center. You're not a center.
He claims to be a point guard.
They do this to centers.
Yeah. So it just can never work. As you said, if someone needs the ball in his hands that much and you can't have the ball in his hands at the end of the game, then you were laughing, Hooker, the other podcast, but he literally turns into Stromile Swift at the end of games. He turns into Tyrese Thomas, just a rim runner, and that's all he can do.
I'll say this. I think now, officially, all the Shaq free throw jokes got to stop. It's over now. Y'all got a new template.
It's done for that.
Y'all got to, come on now. It's not Shaq shoot better than him, and
the white free throw jokes are dead.
It's over.
Yeah, like we've literally never seen this before. Like, as somebody who is hooped and somebody who prides himself on being a good shooter, just as a civilian, like, this is disgusting. Every time I watch Ben Simmons.
Do you realize Giannis is in the playoffs, airballing free throws, and I still have more faith in him at the free throw line than
because he's not scared. He'll at least keep shooting. Like, Giannis,
I have more faith in him. I have more faith in him at the free throw line than Ben Simmons.
Absolutely. Even though it takes him 45 minutes to shoot a free throw, like Giannis, I would still take him at the free throw line looking scared as hell. Giannis looks like he's going to take an algebra test every time he's at the free throw line.
Yo, have you ever seen someone whose free throw routine is 6 dribbles? He takes 6 dribbles in a free throw routine.
Bro, it takes like 45 seconds for this man
and
to
tells
free throw,
himself
it's the most
stuff.
Infuriating thing ever.
He gives himself a message before he shoots.
And even then, like I said, there was a game that Giannis jacked up 8 threes in a playoff game. Should he have jacked up 8 threes? No, but it shows you that if you leave him wide open, he's not scared.
He's gonna shoot it, and within
it makes
that,
you respect it at least a little bit.
Exactly. The
threat, you put a hand out, a slight contest. God damn, something.
You saw that video I posted, CJ, with Ben Simmons out here shooting threes off the pull-up.
Yeah, bro, I've seen the every off season.
I don't want to
get videos like that.
I don't want to see that.
No, it's over.
No, because I fell for that like 2 off seasons ago when he hit a 3 in the preseason and the stadium erupted like they won the freaking Super Bowl. And then, you get every off season, we see these videos of him shooting threes in the gym, step backs, and then he's terrified to do it in an NBA game. Like, he won't even shoot wide open. Again, like, we've seen this on a smaller scale with Westbrook, is what they do this to Westbrook every time he goes to the playoffs, because he doesn't have a bag. He can't shoot a 3, and they just wait for him in the paint. They do it to Giannis, but Giannis being the Greek freak and just so physically gifted, it's harder to stop his halfback dive spin move that every time he goes to, basically every time. His halfback slam. But it just
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, I've just never seen it like where a dude is just, you just don't have to guard him. Like, if he's not in the paint getting ready to just lay it up, where you could just walk away, just double team someone else. Like, don't even worry about it. So, like, my top trade spot for him, it's Golden State. When you say surround him with shooters, replace Draymond with Ben Simmons. And I think that is the premium spot for Ben Simmons, where you surround him with the greatest shooters of all time. So he doesn't have to worry about shooting. He can be the center, because Wiseman looks like he's got butterfingers and can't catch a basketball.
He had his rookie year. Give that man some slack.
No, I'm not saying Wiseman's going to be a bust. I'm just saying he had a very poor rookie year. I'm not saying he's not. I was actually very high on James Wiseman. And so I don't think he's
I got faith. I got faith on him.
Yeah, I still think he could be like a store brand, cat or something. Like, I think he could be.
Whoa, first, cat is store brand, but that's a conversation for a different day.
Cat is already store brand cat. I don't think he still will ever recover from what Jimmy Butler did to that man's just manhood. But
like, to all of them, like Jimmy Butler seems to be going everywhere and just leaving just leaving
The weights of
weak-minded people in
destruction.
his right. It's just like, what the hell?
No, but I'm not all out on Wiseman, but I think if Ben Simmons is the center for Golden State, that's a really, really interesting team because he can do all this stuff. They're garbage centers like Kevon Looney or just rim runners anyway. So Ben Simmons, that's within his skill set. They don't shoot anyway. Draymond is a non-threat to shoot, Mr. Backpack three-pointer. So who basically lost his team's chance to be in the playoffs because the Grizzlies game, they left him wide open and he didn't know what to do with a wide open three. So he tried to do a weird floater when he could have just laid it up or shot it because Draymond was like, shit, deer in the headlights. The Memphis was smart enough to just be like, leave him all the way open, like quadruple team Steph if you have to. If Draymond hits us with a game-winning dagger, I can sleep peacefully with that. But, and they went out like that and they called his bluff. So if Draymond's going to be that type of non-scoring threat, I might as well upgrade him for Ben Simmons, a younger, better, in transition, more athletic, better, on par passer. Draymond's actually a very, very gifted passer, but, I think that's the spot.
I don't know if Ben Simmons has the defensive anchor IQ. Sure, he's a okay on-ball defender, but I don't know if he can be the defensive anchor that Draymond is, where Draymond is quarterbacking defensively.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if Ben Simmons can do that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say that he won't, that he can't. I just don't. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's fair.
But nonetheless, Ben bum ass Simmons. Let me not pretend like I'm about to start giving him props for any damn thing.
Well, it wasn't props. Like I said, I only picked that spot because, like I said, there are literally so many. He's such a broken player right now. You can't do anything with that jumper. And with the contract now, the contract becomes a hampering part because now you can't move him.
Nobody wants to build around him. So
you have to commit to building
around him. I'm going to give you the comparison that no one wants to hear. I'm going to give you a comparison no one wants to hear. He is a poor man's LeBron James. You have one style that you can play, which is you have to be at the centerfold of everything, which means surround you with nothing but shooters at three and D dudes. Surround you with nothing but that and go to work. Even you give him the most talented fours and he turns them into three-point shooters who forget how to post up. Kevin Love and Chris Bosh didn't see the block for fucking however many years LeBron was in the same uniform as them.
That is true. I mean,
so you're going to have
you standing.
You're going to have to do the same with Ben Simmons. The problem is where Bron would at least, he wasn't a shooter, but he could hit a jump shot. He's mightily improved that as of late. Yeah, Ben is going to have to start shooting him. That's just, there's no way around that. No matter what you put around him, he has to start shooting.
To go back to your point, well, that's why the comparison when Ben Simmons came out was LeBron James, because we expected that jumper to progress. We knew he didn't have it at first, but I agree with you. He has every other tool to be LeBron. If he could shoot at like an average rate, he would be an MVP candidate. If he could just shoot a jumper, an elbow jumper, if he could shoot average.
But you can't surround him with young, growing players. It's going to have to be some established vets, because the young players let's use the LeBron example. Everyone is now ragging on Kyle Kuzma, right? But at first, when the young Bucks were getting shipped out, everyone was yelling, "You keep Kyle Kuzma," because there was so much promise there. Now all of a sudden, everyone's talking about, "Oh, he's horrible." What do you think was going to happen? He's now stifled. He can't grow. Yeah, the ball doesn't leave LeBron's hands. Everything that you thought Kyle Kuzma would grow to be able to do, he literally can't. He's told to stand in the corner and catch and shoot. That's it.
Yeah, I think Kyle Kuzma did progress of a player, but not on the offensive end. What you're right is saying is people's roles change a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like when he had a role where he was free to score and touch the ball a lot, you saw what type of offensive potential Kyle Kuzma has.
And then because he's not fulfilling that now because his role shifted, now we want to shift him out.
He's actually in there playing good defense, which he never did before. So that's why I say he made strides as a player, because like Kuzma actually plays some tough defense. I never thought I'd say that when he first came in the league. But as you said, offensively, he barely touches the ball anymore. He's like not really a factor in their offense.
So what do y'all expect? That type of play style stifles growth. And that's why I'm saying you need more veteran dudes who are settled into, this is my role. I'm not trying to find and be anything different. Like, I've mastered being this catch, shoot, lockdown defender dude.
Yeah. Yeah, like I agree with that. But like I said, going back to the comparison, like this is what is so frustrating about Ben Simmons because he's the same player he was 4 years ago. Like I say, we came into the league and we expected progression. He only has one thing to work on. He is all world, top tier, in literally every other aspect of basketball. That's why I forgot who did the tweet, but it's like the greatest Ben Simmons tweet of all time. Like
Can y'all hear me?
if there was I can hear you.
Cool.
But if there was no basket, he would be the greatest player of all time. If there was no hoop, this man would be the greatest player of all time. Anything that doesn't regard actually shooting the basketball in the hoop, this man is elite, top tier. But since you have to actually put the ball in the hoop, this is what we have. Like, this is crazy. This man has had 4 years to do nothing but take his ass into a gym, figure out which hand he wants to shoot with. It's ridiculous. 5 years in his career, they're talking about he's going to switch hands he's going to shoot with. You ain't figured that out yet, player. You ain't figured out what hand you're shooting with 5 years into your NBA career or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that anyone who is a professional basketball player that gets millions of dollars can shoot 34% from the free throw line. Like, what in God's green earth are you doing on the offseason? Like, that's what I want to know.
But it goes back to that. I wholeheartedly, I don't know if you saw that quote unquote text message that Stephen A got where he was saying that somebody was like, he doesn't work, he don't care, everyone around him babies him. Like, it's obvious to see. There's the narrative. What improvement have you done?
I hate those anonymous reports just from a media standpoint when someone's like, I got an anonymous source and a guy who knows a guy, but I can't tell you the guy. That's really fucking sketchy and annoying. But what you're saying, it all lines up. Because like if a dude is putting in the work, I watch Brook Lopez splash threes for Milwaukee. I've watched players come into the league with no jumper and have a jumper now. Markelle Fultz forgot how to shoot a goddamn basketball and then came back to Orlando, totally reworked his shoulder.
Yeah.
Let's stay right on par with the exact same type of player, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, Lonzo, that broken jumper he came in with.
The worst, just as bad of a shooter as you. And look at him now.
Yeah, he tweaked his form. He got in with a shooting coach. He adjusted his form. And like Lonzo could always shoot, but his form was jacked up. It was a mechanics issue. And what did he do? He got shooting coaches in New Orleans. They fixed his mechanics. And now his shot looks way better. And not only does it look way better, he's getting results on it. He's hitting it. And he's actually known more of anything. It's kind of a problem because he's not aggressive enough. But Lonzo's basically a spot-up shooter now. He's a 3-and-D point guard.
And you're telling me Ben Simmons, no one wants to work with you. You can't get a shooting coach that can help. You don't want to work.
This is a psychological issue. It has to be, or work.
It is a psychological issue. Because if he can shoot in the gym and he pulling up from three and like what's going on? Like you don't play like
step back deep threes and stuff. Like I've seen it. I've seen it. If you have the ability to do that, then there's no way that you can be this poor in the game. Like this poor. I'm not saying you can be doing all that in an NBA game, but like if you're wide open and it's no one within 10 feet of you, you should be able to knock one down, player, and not scared to even pull it. That's crazy. That's crazy. This man will just be wide open, just thinking. You can see it on his face, like, this ain't me, though. It's like, bro. And then I didn't like the quotes after the game where he's like, this is just who I am. And I know it's like, that's a losing ass quote.
Or he doesn't care. He doesn't.
Yeah, that means you're content just not improving. So you
don't
think you can.
I am.
That speaks to me psychologically that in his mind, he doesn't think he can improve in that area. So he's trying to be the best player in every other area and still neglect the area that he needs to be working on. Like, you're already a good defender. You're already a good ball handler. You're already a good passer. You're already a good rebounder. You're a walking triple-double if you could get the 10 points again. If you're a 14 point per game dude who's getting a max contract, that's that Otto Porter shit. I can't. That is ruining your franchise.
Man.
The contract. I mean, it is what it is. That type of contract will ruin your franchise.
Yep.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think Ben Simmons needs to slide to the 4 and just be a 4 and have other point guards be with him? Point guards.
Yeah, he needs a point guard. He can't be the point guard if you can't have the ball.
But then he's useless on the floor.
Yeah, like you're not a point guard. I can't even call you a point guard if you can't have the ball in your hands at the end of the game. You can't run the offense. You can't do your job.
He has no off-ball ability. So what is he going to do if he slides to the 4? What is he going to do?
Stand in the dunker spot. He's Stromile Swift again.
But he won't dunk.
He's Bismack Biyombo. He's Tyrese Thomas. That's who he becomes.
He's Fetus Azili.
He says stand in the oh my God. Dwayne Dedman. Oh my god.
Yeah, he just becomes a rim runner. Like that's he's Kevon Looney. That's you can't have your $170 million player morph into Kevon Looney at the end of every game.
Oh,
He's your point guard.
oh.
That's what
Can't say who I
we're
think you
talking
just
about here.
said.
This man's shooting. He's shooting threes like he's Michael Olowokandi. This is
Oh.
crazy.
He said it again.
Oh.
They bring out the Clippers deep cut.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, I can't wait to watch them go home.
Oh,
they're
man,
weird.
listen.
Chris Paul's back now. Let's go ahead and break these brooms out,
Suns
please.
and 4, baby.
Please break these brooms out, please.
Now, as a Clippers fan, I did want to ask y'all about Paulie, man. He missed the 2 free throws.
Pandemic P is back.
He's back. Like he's back.
That's the same. If you want to stick to that point,
P.
just real quick, we're not going to stray too far from Ben Simmons, but again, that's a psychological problem. Paul George talked about his mental health struggles in the bubble. Paul George is probably top 3 most talented players in the NBA in terms of skill, size. He's incredibly talented. So there's no way he should keep just coming up short, man. These are mental. He gets owned routinely by Joe Ingles in the playoffs. There's
Oh, let's be fair. He sent Joe Ingles home just now.
He sent his ass home this year, but
was that? But granted, that only happened because Donovan's hurt. If Donovan wasn't hurt, that series, I don't think it would have went the way it went.
Yeah, and like I said, the 2 missed free throws, man. At the end of the games, Paul George, when the pressure is on, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And this is someone who's a Thunder fan who beloved Paul George, and I was sad when I heard about the trade. But now, in hindsight, as someone who likes the Thunder, we won that trade, son. We won $1 million first-round picks. SGA is a young 22-year-old rising star, averaging 24. He's great in all aspects. He's going to be a superstar. You get a superstar in return, a younger superstar. You get just a bevy of draft picks. You get, they have the flexibility to do whatever they want in the next 3 or 4 drafts, 7 drafts probably, where they can just, if they want to trade up to 1, they have the firepower and assets to do so. So
that game to me is the measuring stick. That's a good template for everybody to follow. Like if you ask people what's the difference between a star and a superstar, and the difference is being clutch. And being clutch includes ending games. Finish the game. You could have finished the game with 2 free throws. You have to finish the game if you want to be called a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, look at the different players. Certain people are just killers. Like Dame.
Yes.
Dame is the number 1. That's a killer. That's someone Devin Booker's a killer. There's certain people that
home.
Yeah, they're killers.
Okay, so in that vein, where do you put Steph? Someone who repeatedly comes up short, but has also come up big. I don't know anybody who gets put in that situation more who goes back and forth than Steph.
Yeah, but I think I still consider Steph a killer because, as you said, he's put in that situation so much, and everyone is expecting.
I get argued with that he's a front runner. If he's up and you're asking him to close it, hit a dagger, he can do it. If you're asking him to take the lead, he comes up short.
I think there's some truth in that, honestly. I think they do. I mean, they've been a dynasty for a long time, and they do. But he does do better running up leads and putting the dagger in you than coming back or trying to, end you. Steph is clutch and putting that in, putting you up by 10 with 2 minutes left with a dagger 3 that just ends your soul, rather than the game winner to win the game. So I definitely feel you. I think you have some valid points there.
I do like Steph. I would like having Steph say the situation, we down 9, about 3 minutes left. I would do like having Steph in that situation. Steph, bring us back. But
he's the anti-Ben Simmons. He creates this ridiculous spacing and pressure on your defense, just by being out there running around. Any place below half court, you're gonna shit your pants if Steph Curry has the basketball. That causes problems for your defense. And it just does. And that his off-ball ability is so still underrated. People just underrate that this man off the ball is just a problem in terms of just stressing your defense.
He will never stop relocating. He's going to keep going.
Yeah, he's going to keep moving to spots that are going to make it problematic for your defense. So I would say, like I said, he's the anti-Ben Simmons who ruins your spacing for your whole team. Steph creates godly spacing. That Warriors team, if you take Steph off that team is picking top 5. this scene. Like Steph was Hercules this season carrying those bums. And I love Kelly Oubre. That's my nigga. Shout out to the Tsunami Poppy, you know, but other than that, like, and he had a rough year shooting the ball. So like he is not a fit for their system. So they had a rough go. Him and Wiggins were just that was not the heroes they needed.
We're not talking about that. Let's stop.
Athleticism personified, Andrew Wiggins.
If you want to talk about fit and roles, like that is not an ideal fit for them. But
don't get me started.
Any final thoughts on Ben Simmons, man? Like let's try to wrap up the bonfire.
I hope the world sees now what I've been saying for the last since his second year in the league. Ben bum ass Simmons. I don't want to say he's not good, but he's not it. He's not who y'all thought he was. He's not this perennial superstar that's just taking the lead by storm. Oh, he's getting Philly a ring. No. You do not. I heard Bama's telling me, no, you ship Joel out and you keep him. No. That man is on a torn meniscus, still putting up 20 and 20 damn near. Have you lost your mind? No. I hope now I haven't seen a soul tell me. I got so many texts and phone calls like, yo, you were right. I'm like, I know. I'm glad y'all see now.
Hey, before my computer crashed, did y'all note the hypocrisy that people put out in two instances when people said, I don't know who said it, but they said they would take Ben Simmons over Kawhi. Somebody did say that. Somebody said it was somebody, you know, like
all right. There's nothing left to talk about. All right.
And somebody else said, you know, they didn't want to get James Harden because they didn't want to let go of Ben Simmons.
Right.
Well, the James Harden thing, I think that was deeper because, you know, Daryl Morey left Houston on some unpleasant circumstances and became the GM of Philly. So I think that was spite. I think that was petty. The best trade deal for James Harden was Ben Simmons at the time, and they could have swapped that. But at the same time, they didn't want to give Daryl Morey James Harden. They didn't want to be like, oh, you and James Harden going to get out of town, and you think we're going to reunite y'all so you can win a ring in Philly and make us look like assholes. So they were like, we'll trade Harden, but not to fucking Philly because they're not going to trade him to the GM that just left them hanging dry. Because remember, Daryl Morey was like, I'm leaving to go spend some time with my family. And then 2 weeks later, that man was the GM of the Philly. So it clearly was not about spending time
We'll
with
trade
family.
him to the stacked ass Nets before we trade him to Philly.
Yeah, so he was like, and they felt like I think Houston felt like they were getting scammed. Like, oh, he gonna leave, and then he gonna take Harden with him. Oh, hell no! Like, yeah, that is not about to happen. So I think they might have hurt themselves, or maybe they saved themselves, you know, because but even though like they didn't really score much in the Harden deal, they didn't have to worry about Ben Simmons' contract. And that might not be a good fit with Christian Wood. They've already paid their Michael Porter Jr. Looks like he's gotten over some of his mental demons, and he's flashing his mega ultra superstar potential. Like he could be a next James Harden talent wise. Like I've been preaching Michael Porter Jr. for a long time because like he's wildly inconsistent and immature, but like talent level. I watched what he did in the G League. He was in the G League toying with them. Like he made them look like G Leaguers. Everyone he played against, he looked like they were fodder. Like he was easily smoking them like fat blunts. And then he got called up to the Rockets and he dropped that 50-piece game. 50 and 10 or whatever. Like he's showing that like when he has his head on straight, he's known to, you know, been a basket case. That's just the rumors. I don't know the man personally or what his mental health struggles have been, but we all heard about this, what happened in Cleveland and him spazzing out and getting, you know, left there. He had issues at USC there, in college. So he's constantly had off the court issues. There's been mental health stuff. There's been talks about it. His posts he posted about like depression and suicidal stuff. So I don't know what's going on mentally, but when
hopefully
his
if he gets his head right, we can see what he really can do.
Yeah, for a full season. I want to see.
Yeah,
like with him coming into it after that 50-point game, and now the Rockets feel like they're safely invested in him. They got him for nothing too. So like because he was so troubled coming out of Cleveland, so they got a good deal for him. So I'm really excited. I think that's a key piece for Houston. Him and Christian Wood could be something. And
we'll see.
Martin Jr. look good.
Hopefully, we get to find out.
Speaking of getting his head right, I do want to note that Kevin Porter Jr., he's doing it out there with the Team Gohan little, you know what I'm saying, strand going on. So, yeah, I just want y'all to know that. Shouts to Team Gohan.
That's what gave him his powers. As
Shouts
long as
to
he
Team
doesn't turn
Gohan.
into the Great Saiyan Man, I think Houston will be all right.
It's fair.
Fair.
But yeah, that's all I got for Ben Simmons. I can't really think of any other trade spots because, like you said, you have to nuke your whole team and build it around him. And I don't know any other team that's like full of all shooters. I mean, Portland
Yeah.
maybe if you swap him for McCollum, but then again,
You
you
got
got
to
to get rid
build
of
something
Nurkic.
still. You still got
You
to
can't
build
play
something.
with Nurkic.
There's nowhere
You
he can
can't
go
play
that's
with-
just an automatic fit. You got to build something.
Yeah, it has to be
They're
retooled
gonna
for
foist
him.
them. They're gonna foist them. I don't know if y'all watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, but they're gonna foist them. They're gonna send them to Siberia. Go to Sacramento Kings. Go to
Cool.
go to
NBA
Detroit.
Siberia,
Fine with me.
Sacramento.
Fine with
Go
me.
Detroit. They're going to ship
Detroit got
them
some
out.
hope now. They got the number one pick. They could get Cade if they want.
Oh,
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
that's
don't know
all I
what they're
got
gonna
for Ben
do.
Simmons, man.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like I said, another like I said, they got Killian Hayes down there in Detroit too. So I mean, people haven't given up on Killian Hayes, even though he had a rough rookie year. My man was looking young out there. He was struggling, but Killian Hayes has a lot of potential. So we'll see. The league's changing. It's gonna be an interesting place. But yeah, I hate. I'm such a pro players guy. I hate to be so negative on players, but when a player seems like they haven't been in the gym working on anything for the last 4 years. It's time.
It's time.
So when do y'all think it's gonna happen? How soon do y'all think it's gonna happen? Before the draft? Before the season starts?
I think around
during the
draft time.
season?
I think
Yeah, around
before or
draft
after the
time.
draft because we got to see where the pieces fall for the draft. What
He'll
teams
probably-
are trying to do.
He's probably gonna be get swapped for someone's draft pick.
Yeah, I could see that. Like the Warriors have 2 high picks. Not, I think they could pull it off, but I don't know. Ben Simmons' trade value is so dubious right now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like
if there's
people don't want to
somewhere- if there's
overreact, but at the
anywhere
same
for him
time,
to
like
go to fix
we all have
shooting,
eyes.
if there's anywhere
He's
for him to go to
expensive,
fix
too.
shooting, sending him to the 2 greatest snipers in the game right now, not named Kevin Durant. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good place to
Golden
fix
State,
him.
man. Yeah,
It
that's
sounds
me.
like a good place to fix him.
Golden State.
Send Del
And then he
Curry
could play
in
his
there, tell
game
Del
without
Curry
pressure. It
fix
won't be as much pressure for him to shoot immediately. You know what I'm saying? He could take his time, work on it, because he could be in the Draymond role where he's not asked to shoot jump shots.
But do you get rid of Draymond?
You have to, yeah. I feel like you can't have both of them.
And that I don't think Golden State is going to do that to Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond is their heart and
I
he's the
can't
heart.
see it.
Mhm.
I can't see
There's
it.
no
I don't
heart
even-
with Ben Simmons. Trust me. There's no heart or anchor with Ben Simmons.
That's facts. Yeah, you might have to trade. It's what do you value? The intangibles, because Draymond's older. He's got wear and tear. He's on his way down. Ben Simmons,
Mhm.
presumably, you would hope is on his way up. But again, the only variable is the jump shot. He's good at everything else. He doesn't need to work on anything else. Like maybe some more drop post game. Like maybe like a drop hook or something to do in the post. But like other than that, like just learn to shoot, dog. Just shoot 3,000
learn to
jump
shoot.
shots every day until it's time to start the next season, bro. Get a shooting coach, get a psychological coach,
man.
get all that, bro. Like shoot with the right hand. Like it baffles me. They're still talking about him switching hands. Like, how do you not know what hand you want to shoot with yet at this point in your basketball career?
He's ambidextrous or something, right?
Yeah. Allegedly, apparently he don't look it the way he's shooting.
Allegedly.
Looks like he's shooting with his offhand. But,
He do that weird hook shot thing that he does all the time. The weird shovel hook
I have
shot.
nothing. I have nothing more for Ben Simmons.
yeah, that's about it for me. I'm good on talking about
Good
Ben Simmons. I'm
riddance.
tired of talking about someone, hoisting bricks,
Yeah,
damaging and abusing backboards and rims.
We'll find out draft day what's going to happen to him. The fate of Ben
Yeah.
Simmons. A
Yeah,
documentary.
I think a
30
draft day trade is very much in there. I think it's just imminent that it can't work in Philly. I think Philly has seen enough of him. I don't think the fans will ever accept him back. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Embiid is looking at him sideways. Nearly everyone threw his ass under the bus after the game in the press conference. So it wasn't like we have our guys back. It was like, oh, that nigga lost us the game.
Yep.
There's really no repairing that. So,
Like I've never seen teammates hate a teammate before publicly. Like they would, like you said, have his back in a press conference. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna work with him. We're gonna have his back. But
they were sick. They've seen enough because how much?
Dwight is the only one
has
that's
teammates
defended
seen
him
for the last 4 years behind
Dwight
closed
is the
doors.
only
at him.
one who's defended him so far. Dwight, that's it. Dwight is the only one defending him so far.
Damn. Goddamn. Well, like I said, I'm an optimistic guy. Like he's still Ben Simmons is 24 years old, right? 24, 25, something like that. So that's still a young player. Is that's still time to work on it. But the issue is we haven't seen any improvement. We ain't seen a notch of improvement. So that's the worry. If he's just this for the rest of his career, that's going to be an awful contract. That's going to be
someone's going to have to instill a work ethic in him, and I don't know who can do that. But until a work ethic gets put in him, this is what we're going to get.
Siberia.
You know who they needed more than anyone? Who Philly should have went all in on? They should have got Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul would have been exactly what they needed in terms of work ethic, leadership, getting the ball in people's hands in the right spots, having Embiid on the block, having Simmons in a useful position wherever the fuck that is on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Paul gets teams right. We just seen it for the last 2-3 years that Chris Paul gets teams right. He gets young players right. He did it for SGA. SGA had a breakout year. He's done it for Devin Booker and Cameron Payne and those young players there, Cam Johnson,
Cameron
all those
Payne.
guys.
Shout out Cameron Payne.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cameron Payne.
Show the GMs wrong, man. All them GMs that said he couldn't play.
Yeah, I love this. I love this so much.
With the left hand, too. Notice that he's shooting with his left hand. The left-handed players are back. I just want y'all to know that. Left-handed players are back. Okay, thank you.
You must be left-handed.
Yes, I am left-handed. This is my left hand.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm right-handed, but I shoot left-handed, so I guess I'll give you respect.
All right, so this is just our Lou special, man. I'm going to wrap it up for the viewers because we got a comics podcast to shoot that you guys should definitely stick around for in a little bit. I'm going to be talking X-Men and all the books I've been reading this week, including Robin #3 came out this week. It's the only thing I'm reading from DC right now, but it's pretty awesome. Damian Wayne book. Sword came out, which is my favorite book of anything right now. It's so amazing. The X-Men are just they're on top right now. This is the golden age for X-Men fans. So that's going to be the main topic of the show. I'm going to catch people up on the new status quo of the X-Men, all things nerd. We're going to do Chronic in comics. I'm going to do a fat dab. We're going to do story time. We're going to talk about the mutants and how fun those books are right now. And I'm going to give you my recommendations on what I think people will be reading and interested in. So that's what's up next. But thanks for hanging out with us, slandering Ben Simmons for about an hour. I don't know how long it's been, but this is it, man. Y'all. This is the Ben Simmons special.
I'll take it easy.
Yep. For Vic, Hooked, CJ, we're gonna be back at y'all for the next. This is an emergency special bulletin, but we'll be back for Fire Fade Away for our normal episodes. We got new shows, new content coming, including like the comics thing I just mentioned. We got I'm working on a debate show, First Take style, where I just argue with DMV niggas, and it's going to be DMV's version of First Take. It's called Black Men in America Debate. I just recorded the Zero pilot episode. I'm very excited about that. So we're going to have like some debate action for us in the DMV, man. I'm tired of listening to Shannon and Skip and all these people, man. We're going to do it for the city. Mambo sauce debates.
All right, man. I like that.
All right. I'll catch you guys next time.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah. All right.
Man, that's it. We're gonna have our Bruce our Batman debate. Don't you?
I mean, what you doing? You trying to jump on this comics pod? We do it right now.
Let me get on. I got another Zoom to hop on. Niggas planning a trip to Puerto Rico.
Oh snap!
Yeah, let me handle that.
Some baller shit, man.
Something slight. It's just everybody we went to college with was a big ass group, and now everybody lives in different states, and they like, yo, we all should at least take like one trip a year just to get up. And so they trying to do Puerto Rico Labor Day weekend, so they planning it now. Niggas been FaceTiming me and texting me like, where